Welcome to Desert City. I'm Duke Walter, not your dungeon master. I play Ellen. Dean Martin Jr. is Kevyn. Jazz Abramowitz is the dungeon master. This time around, Kevyn and Ellen are on the run and desperately trying to figure out how to get themselves out of a very sticky situation. It's Ellen's fault. If this is your first time listening, welcome. But maybe go back and start at episode 1. That way you kind of understand what's going on and who we all are playing. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We're glad to have you. TTRP Theater is a group of actors, artists, and gamers from all walks of life who play a diverse set of games in a diverse set of styles. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all of our content on YouTube. You can search TTRP Theater, 2 words, and find our channel. We have a variety of actual plays. If you'd like to support us, search the same on Patreon. We appreciate all of your support. If you'd like to interact with us on social media, you can check out at Ren City Pod. That's RENCITYPOD. It's a reference to the first actual play that this group did called Renaissance City. So if you need more of us, feel free to go check out all of those episodes. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome back to Desert City.
All right, y'all ready?
Whenever you are, sir.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Shay, motherfuckers. Let's start with a little recap. So we opened up in Dawn Tower shortly after Sunrise Lord Dawil charged all available clerics to go help battle a bullet that had emerged in the city. With Dawn Tower vacated, Kevyn and Ellen decided to investigate the now empty Dawnbringer offices. Ellen disguised himself as a church porter, and Kevyn squinted his eyes. They both searched several rooms. Ellen found, most notably, a sword hilt and a crystal goblet, and Kevyn teabagged Hildegard's cup and helped mitigate risk by cleaning up evidence of their ransacking. Eventually, you made your way to Sunrise Lord Dawil's office, where Ellen, feeling inspired by Kevyn, nailed an investigation check and found a 5th-level fireball scroll, a worn ledger, a suspiciously placed sending stone, and several jewels worth 20 platinum, one of which happened to be a triggered sending stone, alerting Sunrise Lord Dawil of its movement, which then caused him to use a scrying spell inside the chest for a brief moment. Ellen and Kevyn decided to depart Dawn Tower and hide out, making a plan to meet that evening at the Spitting Camel, and left a note for Theo to meet them there. Meanwhile, Theo joined the citizens of Kalamport to battle bullets and bark blames at one another, with Theo specifically being accused by Basil as the reason for the attack, claiming it was one of the magic beans that he bartered for, once planted, that brought on the beast. Theo and the clerics, as well as Wylam's men, each crit against the beast, and the beast was unsuccessful in its attacks, so the citizens of Kalamport defeated the bullet, and Theo made an awkward tour of telling everybody who would listen, "You're welcome." Once back at Dawn Tower, Theo found the note Ellen and Kevyn left for him, and was just about to head to the infirmary to assist the wounded when Sunrise Lord Dawil stopped him and conjured the image from his scrying spell, asking Theo if he knew either of these people. Theo answered vaguely, and Sunrise Lord Dawil escorted him to a cell in Dawn Tower, and that's where we are now. So we're going to pick up with Ellen and Kevyn. You have vacated Dawn Tower, and you are heading where?
To the street.
Yeah, we left before everybody returned. So we kind of got out, and Ellen is just beside himself. He is in a panic. He is not, I am not sure how I got into that state of mind. But I know that, I'm kind of just freaking out.
Right. He's just got a sack full of loot from some important and influential people. It's not really, it's not outside of Ellen's character, but it's a little outside of Ellen's character to be that blatant in his ransacking.
Yeah, 100%. Especially in the church.
Yeah, he's usually a little more careful.
Well, and I was the moment I got into the moment, and I knew we only had a short amount of time, and then the first trap kind of blew my mind. Like, why? What is it that the clerics think that they have to protect in this space? Who are they protecting against? Obviously there is something. I mean, at least in Ellen's mind, there is something way more nefarious going on if these clerics think that they have to have this kind of defense within their own temple to keep people out of their things. And then just got on a roll.
You had access to those things, so you pocketed them all.
Yeah, it's probably not the best decision. So we bolt out. Kevin, I
to Des Moines.
Where are we headed?
Okay. Where was it that Tracton resided? What was that place called? Tracton, his wife?
The Glistening Harem.
Yes.
Not Kevin's wife. Kevin's wannabe wife. Not canon. Let's not get it.
Okay. Kevin's going to bring him in close. Ellen, this is what you got to do. Go to the Glistening Harem. Tell Tracton that Viz Kill Sue sent you. You need a hideout, and you need an alibi for the last 3 hours, or last 30 minutes.
Okay.
We'll catch up with you. Kevin's gonna squint his eyes, and is there like a fountain in the city square?
The closest fountain is the one that's in the central garden.
Okay, he's just going to walk blindly through the crowd with his eyes squinted, and he's gonna make a direct line to that fountain.
Okay.
He's gonna bump into people, whatever. He's not gonna say a damn thing. He's not gonna acknowledge them or nothing. He's just gonna walk through this crowd as quick as he can, eyes squinted, to the fountain.
Okay. We will stick with Kevin for a minute, and then we will resolve what's going on with Ellen. So you squint your eyes and you let your feet follow the familiar cobblestone path that you've walked 1,000 times towards the fountain in the central garden, leaving no regard for those around you. If you bump into a shoulder, you allow others to move out of the way for you. And as you weave your way through the crowds, surrounded by the smell of rain on city streets, your feet bring you to the gate of the central garden.
He's just gonna continue walking on to the fountain.
Okay, so you arrive at the fountain.
And he's gonna climb in.
To take a bath?
Yep.
All right, you climb inside the fountain. You are submerged in the water.
Okay, and he's gonna go through bath motions, washing himself.
Does he disrobe, or he's in there fully clothed?
No, he just walked into the damn thing.
So he's fully clothed. He sits in the fountain water and begins a pantomime of bathing himself, or he's actually covering himself with water.
Yeah, he's rubbing himself down like he's taking a bath, getting his pits and.
Gotcha.
And his eyes are squinted, but they're not closed. Okay. Is he gaining some attention?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Well, your eyes are squinted.
Squinting your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 20.
As your lower roll?
That's the roll, baby.
You rolled 20 twice?
I just rolled 20.
You got to roll with disadvantage.
You got to roll again and give me the lower of the two.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? All right, come on, baby. Do it again.
Nat 1.
1.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the dice tell their story. You can't tell if there's a goddamn person looking at you or not.
Okay.
You're just in there splashing away like a little
involved
kid.
in your performance. You're just
Playing
you're
pretend.
so method. You're so method with this. You can't even.
He's getting good, washing his hair. The bath is probably very necessary, nonetheless.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, been a while. I probably ought to, go through with this thing. Okay. He's gonna suddenly stand up and start blinking his eyes open.
You stand up and you slowly start to allow your eyes to readjust to non-squinted light.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like he, just woke up. He's gonna be looking around, kind of like he's displaced. He doesn't know where he's at, what's going on.
Okay.
There any folks?
There are a few people milling about, taking strolls through the garden, things like that.
Had he gained their attention?
I mean, they definitely are watching you as they walk by.
Okay. He's gonna come out of the fountain where the hell am I?
A good Samaritan notices your confused look. Are you okay? Is there something that I can do to help you?
How did I get here?
Well, I don't know. I was just walking past and I saw you and you're soaking wet and you look confused.
Yes, very. Yeah, thanks. All right. He's going to step out the fountain and kind of walk off beleaguered. All right. He's going to make it he's going to make his path back to the chapel.
He's going back to Dawn Tower?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kevyn starts heading back towards Dawn Tower. Let's pick up with Ellen. So Ellen, Kevyn urged you to go to the Glistening Harem and sort of set off to do his own thing.
Okay. Dean, what was the name you gave again? It wasn't Ra's al Ghul. It's all my brain can say.
Viz Kill Sue.
Say it again.
Viz Kill Sue.
Viz Kill Sue.
Viz Kill Sue.
So Ellen, not, you know what I mean? I don't know that the clerics are on their way back. I don't know any of those things. We're out in the street. Kevyn starts stumbling away. I take off running.
Are you still disguised as the church porter?
Yes. Yeah. I had a full hour as that. I take off running. I duck into a doorway, an alley, something. Try to hide. I don't know if you need a roll for it, but 17. I cast Disguise Self again and switch my appearance. And I look like an older human man, kind of a shopkeep. I'm wearing an apron, just like a generic brown tunic and pants, little bit wrinkled in the face, kind of some fluffy gray hair, a bit of a beard. And in that alleyway, I start to think about all of the things that I have in my pockets. And I had already made this plan before you said that there was a scrying on the stone. I want to stash the sending stone just behind a box or a trash can or something in the alleyway there. I'm going to make my way down the alley out, and I'm going to kind of zigzag through the streets. I'm not moving too fast, just a generally faster walk. And okay, God, I didn't really want to go the Glistening Harem, but I'm going to follow Kevyn's instructions. Yeah, I'm gonna. How far of a walk is it to the Glistening Harem?
The Glistening Harem was on the opposite side of town.
So it's going to take me a while, right?
It's going to take you a while. So it's not across town. It's north. It's north of where you are. It will take you some time to get there, but not going all the way across town.
So sometime is 15 minutes, sometime is half an hour.
15, 20 minutes, somewhere around there.
Okay. Then I am going to make my way to the Glistening Harem.
There were people trying to find you, Ellen, but I rolled terribly on their perception. So
but they wouldn't be trying to find me until after Dawil got back. So I would have a head start. I would have a heck of a head start.
No, well, first of all, they were looking for the porter. But your stealth roll and then changing your disguise, you're completely hidden from the people that were trying to find you. So you can move freely to the Glistening Harem or wherever you might like to go.
Yeah, Glistening Harem.
So you head to the Glistening Harem and you walk in the door, and at the bar is the familiar hostess, Trechten, the red-skinned, curvy, voluptuous hostess. And she recognizes you immediately. Oh, hello. It's so good to see you again.
She recognizes me in disguise?
Oh, shit, you're in disguise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jazz forgot. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Hello. I was sent by Gilsal? Nope, that's not his name. Kevyn? Kevyn sent me?
Kevyn. I've met a number of Kevyns.
He told me a different name, but I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a rush and a bit of a panic.
Can you? Could you say it again?
It's Vizkill Thu.
Did you just say Vizkill Sue?
Yes. Yeah.
Have a seat.
I take a seat.
We'll be with you very shortly. Would you like something to drink?
Sure. A glass of wine would be great.
She pours you a glass of wine and disappears for a moment. She comes out almost immediately. Follow me, please.
Certainly.
She takes you down a long corridor. If you remember the last time that you were here, you walked past all of the couches and sitting areas down a long hall, and you eventually came to a door that was the room with the crystal in it.
Mm-hmm.
You go that same direction, but even further. The hallway seems to stretch for miles, especially in your heightened state of paranoia and stress. It seems like she is leading you down a never-ending path. You continue to walk down the stone hallway. Eventually, the floor gives way from cobblestone to dirt. The walls give way from rock and rugs and carpet to grass and dirt and dimly lit torches. You have to hunch down and half bend crawl through some parts of the tunnel.
The fuck is this place?
Eventually, you see an opening she walks through this oval opening, and you see her dart to your right.
I follow her, I guess. Yeah.
You come through the oval opening, you dart to the right, and in front of you, in what seems to be in a cave, is a small structure with a door. She's waiting in the doorway.
Is this a sex thing?
Not be. That's Kevin's wife.
Fair question, being that this is a harem, but no, this is not a sex thing.
Okay. I was just hoping that you could help me set up an alibi for today.
Just please come in.
Okay. Sure. And follow her in.
You walk in the structure, and what you find is a charming cottage set up. There is 2 chairs, a table. There is a bed and a small stove with a chimney that leads to the outside. It has a small fire already burning in coals. Please make yourself at home. I don't know exactly how long you'll need to be here, but you'll have everything that you need, and of course you can leave at any time you like. But when Viz sends someone our way, usually we escort them to the safe house. If there's anything at all that you need, you'll find a sending stone on the table that goes directly to the bar. Tell me what you need, and I'll make sure that it's delivered to you just as soon as I can possibly get it.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have any place safe to hide magic items? I took something that I'm worried that they might come looking for. I don't. Oh God, why did I even come here?
Your current location within this house is the safest place that I could have you or anything that's in your possession.
Okay.
I promise you, there are only a few of us who even know of this location.
Okay, then. Okay, all right. I'm gonna trust you. Viz trusts you, so I'm gonna trust you. And I drop the disguise. Hi, we met a couple of days ago. My name is Ellen, and more than anything else, what I need from you is an alibi for the last 60 minutes, maybe 90 minutes.
Well, I am accustomed to magic users, but that was something else. Hi, hello, Ellen. It's nice to see you. An alibi is probably the easiest thing that we can do for you. I'm not worried about that, so I don't want you to worry about the alibi. But if Viz sent you here, then that means he believes that you're in some sort of grave danger. So take this time and relish in the fact that you are safe for at least a few sunrises. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
She gives you a warm smile, and she gently closes the door behind her.
Okay. I think that I'm just going to stand there for a minute and kind of catch my breath. Try to slow my heart rate a little bit with some of the meditative breathing that we did with Erlani, and take my pack off and get out the book on Archon and get out the ledger that I found in Sunrise Dalwheel's chest. I'll start a pot of tea or something and spread the books out on the table and start digging in.
Yep, there's definitely some comfort supplies. There's what appears to be some fresh water. There's some loose leaf tea. There are a few, sides of dried meat, things like that.
Charcuterie board. Charcuterie board brought to you by the Meat Shed.
Yeah, exactly. So you
bananas from number one produce.
Yeah, fresh bananas from number one produce co. So you pull out the book from Ericon of Asteries and you get out the ledger. We're going to cut over to Kevyn. Kevyn, you are soaking wet. You've made your way out of the central garden and you start heading towards Dawn Tower.
Okay, he's going to kind of move with a swiftness.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh. See what that looks like. 24.
Nice.
Barry Sanders through this crowd.
Maybe so. You have an interested party looking after you. Let's see what that looks like. As you start to move through the crowd, you're dipping and diving, you're sliding through, but you feel a hand on your shoulder stop you.
He's going to grab the hand and turn.
He turns, and it's Wylam.
Okay.
Kevyn.
What's up?
Please come with me to the Spitting Camel.
What do you got for me?
We need to talk.
I need to talk to the Sun Lord. Something very strange happened.
The Sun Lord is not somebody that you want to be going to directly. You will find opposition there.
I need that. Opposition for what?
Kevyn, we have worked together many years. I would like to think that you and I have built a certain amount of trust.
Of course. Listen, I have to find my compatriots, Theo and Ellen. Something very weird happened.
I can dispatch some of my men to Dawn Tower if you believe that that's where they are, but please come with me.
Very well, let's go. All right, let's do the weave. The slither and weave with Willem.
So, the Spitting Camel's not terribly far from the Central Garden. So you guys sort of make your way to the Spitting Camel. As you walk in, you notice, a lot of the guys are beat up from the battle with the bullet.
Right.
And sitting at the bar is that orc that you were introduced to by Theo, Tramer.
Oh, God.
Waiting for Theo specifically. Do you look at him?
Yeah, I'll give him a look.
So he recognizes you because of your eyes.
Okay.
And he gives you a wave.
Just give him a nod.
You give him a nod. He's pretty intuitive. He can see that you are following Wylam. He can tell that you're in the middle of something. But he just gives you a nod back and then continues to nurse his ale.
Okay.
Wylam takes you into a back room, a private room.
Okay.
Kevyn, I saw Theo at the battle.
Excellent. What about Ellen?
I have not seen Ellen. I did have some people looking for him. I figured that there may be something going on. I don't usually see Theo without him.
Okay.
And to be quite frank with you, I very much want to talk to Ellen because he has been saying some things about me in public, and I would like to resolve this conflict with him.
Okay.
So if you have a chance, if you see him, tell him I would love to speak with him at no charge, since he loves to bring that up to other people about me. So I would be happy to speak with him. In fact, I would relish it.
Speaking to power, goddammit. Speaking to power. Sorry.
Of course. I'll get him here directly. But I gotta get back to that church.
Kevin, what do you need at the church?
I was in the church, and this dark figure, all I saw were his eyes. And, I lost time. And then all I heard in my head was go take a bath. And then, I woke up in the fountain. I gotta see if it happened to Theo and Ellen.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, 15. Oh,
Wylam got a 19.
okay.
He looks down at you. Kevin, we have known each other a long time. We have done many jobs together. I understand you trying to get your story right, but you don't have to give me stories. Tell me what's going on. You tell me what you know, and I will tell you what I know.
We boosted Sun Lord's office. Everything worth value. Ellen's in the bunker right now.
You gave him your name. Your true name.
Kind of felt like I had to.
I see.
He's put the hangman's noose on his neck.
Kevin, I did warn you of the path that Theo and Ellen might take you down with this church.
Wylam, I didn't touch a thing. And you've been getting the information about the God's agate. Whoever's hands this ends up in would be very detrimental to our operation.
Would you like to know my greatest fear when it comes to the agate? My greatest fear is if it becomes in possession of Sunrise Lord Dawil.
Facts.
I have followed Lord Dawil for many years. We have, of course, been in the same city together. You're talking about something that can ascend somebody to power of a god, and he already believes himself to be a lord.
Megalomaniac.
What will stop him?
Not much with that power.
My suspicion is that he probably have traps and things in his office. I hope that you and Ellen took necessary precaution, because he is a very powerful man. One who you should not cross.
Wylam, I didn't touch a thing. I went in and pointed out items that looked of interest, and Ellen the entire time was in a disguise. I'm trying to claim charm spell here. Remember the story of Dugan the Harsh?
Of course.
Yeah, got him out of a big mess.
These are powerful magic users. I'm not sure the strategy will work, but I'm not saying it won't. I think we need to think through it a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Do you intend to go meet up with Ellen at the bunker?
I was gonna walk right up to the clerics and tell them exactly the story.
I think
their magic would have cracked me.
You know, they have very powerful clerics. They can cast things like Zone of Truth on you, and I think it would be folly.
What if you had something that might mask my truth?
That we may be able to arrange. My recommendation is to lay low. If you want to move against the church, not saying you do, but if you want to move against the church, the Thieves Guild has an interest in that as well. You lay low for a couple of days. Let's find out what they know, and then we can decide next move. Now, you know very well that we have tunnel under the city that lead to under the Glistening Harem.
Yeah, done and done.
And you can take that safely.
I will accept your wisdom, and that's where I'll be.
Feel free, stay here for a minute if you like. You know that I have much reverence, not only for everything you've done for the Thieves Guild, but for our very important shared connections.
Of course. A lot of that was for my own survival, too. You gotta remember that.
Of course. We all have made tough choices in our lives. We do what we need to do to survive.
I'll be at the bunker. Keep us posted.
You know how to get a hold of me if you need me. I will send a note to Trekton in a few days when I believe it is safe to meet up. And we can communicate through her if need be.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you, Willem.
The Thieves Guild is behind you, Kevyn. As always.
Always good to have allies. Thanks, Willem.
Unless there's something else you'd like to do, you can start heading out the subterranean tunnel that directly from the Spitting Camel.
Kabooch!
And start making your way towards the Glistening Harem.
Yep. Headed that way.
This is Desert City, a D&D5E actual play produced by TTRP Theater. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jazz. Theo is played by Chris Freedom. Ellen is played by Duke Walter. Kevyn is played by Dean Martin Jr. TTRP Theater is a group of actors, artists, and gamers from all walks of life that play a diverse set of games in a diverse set of styles. We have a wide array of content available for free on YouTube. Search TTRP Theater and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter at TTRP Theater. We'd love to hear your feedback. Comment on YouTube or tweet about the show using hashtag RenCityPod. That's RENCITYPOD. Or follow us at the same handle, at RENCITYPOD. Be good to one another. See you next time.